So welcome to the Costa Rica Adventure Zoom pre-departure briefing chat, okay? The purpose of today is to get you fully prepared, match your expectations so you know what's coming, so you've got no surprises, and ultimately, by the end of it, you feel fully prepared. You know what to pack, especially, and what type of suitcase you're going to be taking. So I'm going to natter through your flights, your itinerary, airport admin, money, extra costs to budget for, phones, SIM card, Wi-Fi, kit list, washing your clothes, personal admin, health form, health and safety. Should take about 20-25 minutes. As we go through any questions, please grab my attention and just ask away. So this is an interactive, it is, you know, a light, chatty get together. So starting with your flights, okie dokes. So most of you are on the same flight, but a lot of you are coming in from all over the place, arriving at different times, okay? If you're arriving on a different day, you need to contact us and tell us that you arriving the day before or 2 days before and that you've got all your accommodation organized, and then we can coordinate you arriving at the Rose of America on the day that everybody arrives, which I'm looking at the board is the 4th of May. On the 4th of May, regardless of what time your flight lands, you will be picked up by our team, okay? You will come out at the airport, you will then see somebody there with the Leap Jaquera sign, and they will then take you to the Rosa of America Hotel, which is the congregation point, okay? So don't worry if you're landing and there's no one else on your flight, you will be picked up. That night, you will all gather in and meet each other,
in progress.
Have supper together, and then, you know, the program starts the next day. With regard to flights, it is essential to arrive at Costa Rica with proof of your departing flight or departing bus, okay? It is absolutely critical. They don't always check, but it is, if they do and you don't have it, you will be turned around and sent on the first plane out of Costa Rica. They are ruthless, and there is absolutely diddly squat we can do if that happens, and it has happened last year to 2 girls that took the risk. So don't forget that, okay? You need proof of departing Costa Rica within 90 days of arriving, okay? Absolutely critical. So going through your itinerary, the itinerary is divided into 4 parts, and the order of events are: first is Quepos and going to Manuel Antonio National Park, and that's your community phase. You then go to Monteverde, which is the cloud forest phase. You then go to Natura, which is your wildlife, everyone hates it phase. It's really tough, hot and sweaty, and you know, you only enjoy it on reflection, but it's really good for you, okay? And then you get treated at the end to the beach phase, a bit of yoga, a bit of surfing, and you've got your turtle bit interwoven into that last week, okay? So it is a trip of 4 phases, 4 contrasting experiences. So let's go through each one, starting in Quepos. It's about a 2-hour drive south of San Jose. You'll be staying at a privately run finca, which is like a little villa outside of the town of Quepos, next to Manuel Antonio National Park, okay? This first phase is a mix of hiking into the national park, hiking to the waterfalls which edge the national park, and helping the local fishing village, which we've been supporting since 2021, with their community centre. This community centre is absolutely vital for the kids of the community village. It is where they go to hang out while their parents are working. They kind of teach, you know, you're going to be teaching them English, you're going to be playing with them. It's kind of like an after school club, but it's a kind of all day club. While you're here, yes, there's time to interact with the kids, but yes, it's a time for you to keep on top of the refurbishment of the community centre. So you'll be doing all sorts of wonderful things, painting murals, upkeeping it, updating it, drawing maps if there are artists amongst you. Think of things you could draw on the walls, like kind of global maps, conservation ideas, turtles, anything like that is most welcome. Girls, if you've got any kind of old nail varnishes, makeup, stickers, crayons, face paints, anything like that sitting in your bedroom that you want to, you know, that you could get rid of, pop them in your bag, because you will find very appreciative small girls out there who will just lap it up. Okay, so that is a really good thing to do. So that is your first week. Everyone loves this phase because you're all living together in this house, and the house is nice. It's got a ping pong table. I think it's got all badminton, can't remember. But it's got a pool, it's delicious food. It feels like a home for home. So it gives you time to bed in, get to know each other, get over your jet lag, and bond as a group. Okay. Then you're going to move, so you're doing like a circle. Then you're going to move to phase 2, which is Monteverde, the cloud forest. Now, this is high up, so it is chilly. This is when you put your jeans on. Well, not jeans, don't take jeans. They're kind of trackies, long trousers, and you want to take a hoodie, a fleece, something like that for this stage. You're going to be living right in a hostel that we always use, right in the center of town. And the town is St. Helena. It's a kind of weird town. It's kind of a hippie kind of, lots of kind of crystals. You'll kind of get the vibe when you're there, but it's really fun. And there's people kind of coming and going all the time. Here, every day, you will have a group activity, which is maybe doing the Hanging Bridges tour, going on this huge tree where everyone climbs into it. There's some activity every morning, and then every afternoon you have free time to pick up on the extra activities that you want to do. The usual ones that people do here is the zip wire and the bungee jump. Now, if you don't want to do the bungee jump, or you can't, you haven't got the money to budget for both, the zip wire is about $65, bungee about $85. Just so you know, at the end of the zip wire experience, you have the Tarzan swing. It's utterly hideous. So you think you've just completed the zip wire and you're about to take all your harnesses off, and they go, no, let's climb up there and throw yourself off this platform over the jungle. Hideous, but everyone seems to like it. Halfway house or bungee jump gives you that same, you know, free falling experience. So take that, just, you know, put that into your budgeting of what you want to do. From Samara, from Monteverde, you're then going down to Natua. Okay, now this is the wildlife conservation phase. This is an experience, but I appreciate that it is a challenge. Okay, so I want you to brace yourself for this. You've only got 4 or 5 nights there. You can cope. Okay, but I'm warning you now, it is hot, it is very sweaty, and it's very noisy, because you have more tropical birds than you can shake a stick at, all the wildlife, and there is work to be done. It is a government-run wildlife centre, and they totally rely on volunteers and the volunteer funding for their existence. So they were nearly closed down in lockdown until we kind of helped save them, when all their animals were nearly going to be put down. So what your very being there is absolutely critical to for them to be able to do what they do. And you will see just extraordinary things, the wildlife that they've rehabilitated. They won't be put back into the wild. They're there forever, but they have a really good life. But your jobs are really important, such as feeding them. And they like to be fed about 4:35 in the morning. Okay, so it will be going to bed early, getting up early, hard work. You will have rest stages during the day, but embrace it. This is the only time you're going to be up close to these wonderful, wonderful animals. Okay, seeing is it a sloth? Is it a sloth? Yeah, in the wild. I searched for days in Monteverde, never saw one, but there they are, a whole family of them at Matua, waiting for you. So it really is a special, special experience, but I appreciate it. It is tough. The accommodation is rustic. It is just one long barn shed, okay, with bunk beds in it. And the food you're going to eat there is pinto and beans. So just brace yourself. Boys, your accommodation is the old shed, okay? So you just have to get into the mindset. But once you've done this, then you go to Samara and you're at the beach and it is happy days. At Samara, you're staying in a wonderful hostel that we always use, family run. You've got nice accommodation, literally 5 minutes to the beach bars, so you really feel like you can pat yourself on the back and celebrate all your hard work. While you're here, you're going to have a couple of surf lessons, a couple of yoga lessons, but there's loads of kind of things to do, you know, just kind of hanging out on the beach, going off. A lot of people opt to do this extra tour, which takes you to the islands, or even doing the Tortuga trip, which takes you out to the islands to go dolphin and whale spotting and swimming with incredible wildlife, incredible marine life. So that is something that you would do from there. But while you're there, the team is going to be split into two, and we have to do that because the turtle sanctuary can only take 12 at a time. So everyone will be spending 2 nights at the turtle sanctuary, and this is everyone loves this. It is a Robinson Crusoe experience. Again, it is a government-run NGO that have this whole setup, but it really is Robinson Crusoe. Here, you have to do a river crossing to get there. You feel you're on the kind of edge of the world. Great sunsets, hammocks. The accommodation is like a thatched hut with bunk beds again. Everyone helps with the food, but it's really fun. It's really, really fun. But while you're there during the day, you will be doing vital turtle conservation, which you are at the end of the season, but I've been to Costa Rica in May, June, and still seen turtles. So you never say never, and you just got to go with the flow. It's like going on safari. You never know what you're going to come across. But there's still turtle nests that need to be turned around, fencing, just hazards moved off the beach. The jobs are endless. So so you'll all do that, and then at the end you will all get back together again for your last 2 nights at Samara to celebrate your entire adventure before you're taken back to San Jose at the end, where you will then get your flight on or carry on traveling. So that is the sequence of your 4-week adventure. Any questions so far? No? Good. Okie dokes. So that is your itinerary. What I want to go into now is the extra costs and the type of food, meals you're going to get in each place. Okay. At the Finca, you are going to get all your food included except for 2 suppers. Okay. Because everybody likes to go to Quepos and have a couple of nights out. There's great kind of pizzerias down there and, you know, some kind of cool hubs in the harbour. So budget 2 suppers out. When you're at Monteverde, you will have breakfast and lunch included, but supper is not included. Okay. Now, while you're in Monteverde, there are loads of kind of funky little cool cafes, but I really urge you to seek out the local soda bars, SODA. Your guides will show you to those, but they're really fun and local. Yes, it's more pinto and beans, but the locals will kind of bring out their local brew and teach you about local life, and it is just a good experience. When you're at Natua, all your food is included. Beans and pinto. Okay, so don't expect any burgers or anything like that. It's beans and pinto. And then when you're at Samara, at the beach, you've got breakfast and lunch included. Supper is out, so you can opt for the burgers, pizzas, and more Western food. But when you're at Asbo, all at the Turtle Sanctuary, all your food is included. Okay, so I would say you're there for 28 days, I'd say half of that time, suppers are not included. Budget for suppers, anything between $15 and $20. But again, be careful of what Costa Rica, there's no getting around this, Costa Rica is an expensive country. So be warned and therefore be careful. You know, when you're going out, don't choose the expensive sushi bars and the $20 cocktails. You're going to the local restaurants and you're having the local beer at $2. Okay, so you've got to be mindful and make good choices, as they say. Okay, so that's your food budgeting. Extra trips, the ones most people budget for are the zip wire, $65. Bungee, I think it's about 85. The Tortuga Island whale and dolphin spotting trip, that's about $70. These are all optional. You don't have to do them, but this is, I think you'll want to do them. So budget accordingly. If you want to do extra yoga lessons at Samara, you know, that's, I think it's about $10, $12. Extra surfing is probably $25 to $30. So, you know, it can add up. So just be mindful and set yourself a budget and try and stick with that. Any questions on the budgeting? No? Good. Right. Money. How are you going to get it out? Okay. Do not try to arrive with the local currency. No point. Okay. When you are there in Costa Rica on day one, you'll be taken to the local ATM to get your money out. Okay, super easy. The local currency is the colons, and it comes in denominations of about 1 million to the pound. So you'll be literally walking around with millions in your backpack, in your money belt. So just get little out more often. Okay. Using your bank cards, absolutely fine. I recommend you all take 2 bank cards. Okay, you're clearly traveling now. I know you might not have to, but if you've got a debit card and a Monzo, Revolut, or Starling, okay, so to have one of those. Now, the Monzo weirdly does not work in all the banks. So that's why it's always good to have two cards. But the Revolut and the Starling, they seem to work well. But don't panic if you've got a Monzo, just take your debit card with you. Okay. Any questions on that?
Yeah, how much money do you recommend we take out in how much we take out with the ATM? Is there like a recommended amount?
I would be taking out kind of 50 to 100 quid at any one time, no more. And then if you're doing like the zip wire, if you're doing it, then you go and get that budget out for them.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask one thing as well?
Yeah.
When we're at the wildlife conservation thing, is there going to be a bank near? Like, we're not going to be able to get money out there, are we?
No, you won't need any money when you're there. So you would just get your money out in Monteverde before you go there. I mean, you can wander out and there's a local shop. So you need a little bit of cash on you. So you'd get prepared in Monteverde.
Okay, no worries. Thanks.
Okay, dokes. Phones. Okay. I highly recommend you take your main phone, your mover and shaker phone, which has got everything on, but I would also take out a backup phone. Okay, because if you smash, lose, get your phone nicked, it is a real fag, and phones to replace it out in Costa Rica would cost an absolute fortune, and there is no post to Costa Rica. Okay, so take out a backup phone. We all have that drawer in our kitchen full of random old technology. Just whip one out, shove it in your rucksack, and hope you don't need it. Okay, you can, in all the places. So Quepos, you're going to have sporadic Wi-Fi. Monteverde, great Wi-Fi. Natua, no Wi-Fi. At the end, at Samara, Wi-Fi. At the Turtle Sanctuary, no Wi-Fi. Okay, so it is sporadic, but you can get a local SIM card out to help. It's so easy. You'll be shown on day one how and where and da 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 da. But most people don't bother. Just rely on finding Wi-Fi as and when they get to a good spot. So from a parent point of view, when they arrive in at the Rosa the following morning, when I know everyone's there, I will let you know that they've all arrived. And this is, talking to the parents of the kids who are really bad at comms. For those that are good, you'll probably get a text anyway from said child saying, ding, ding, I've arrived, because they're really kind children. But I'm a parent of boys who never communicate. So, I always work on the worst case scenario. So we will let you know when they arrive. We'll give you weekly updates. If there was any trouble, any health issues, homesickness issues, any issues at all, we would alert the parents. So if Leapers, you decide, actually, I'm going to go with the flow, I'm going to put my phone down, I'm really not particularly interested in looking at catching the Wi-Fi and looking at all my apps and communicating with everybody, that's fine. Chili beans, go for it. And we will do all the communicating. And parents, remember, no news is good news. Okay. Okay, kit list. Have in your My Leap area, everything on that kit list is there for a reason. Okay. So really have a look. Taking a head torch is really, really useful. Okay, don't just think, really, do I need one? I can't be bothered to take one. It's really useful. Okay, the mozzie net is vital. Sometimes you get there at the Turtle Sanctuary, and there is a mozzie net already there, and you think, why did I bother? But you have to, go with the fact that the last group might have all taken them away. So we have to go prepared. Less is more when it comes to clothing. So if you are taking an 80 to 100 litre rucksack or duffel bag and it's stuffed to the gunnels and you've got no space, you pack too much. Okay, so take half of it out. You can buy everything out there, from kind of swimmers, shorts, t-shirts, that's readily available. And washing clothes, I would recommend that you wash your underwear in the shower and leave it out to dry. Various places at Quepos, you won't need to do any washing. When you get to Monteverde, very easy to find a laundrette for about $10, give over a load. They turn it around in 24 hours. So that's easy. Natua, you can't. When you're at Samara, again, you could do another load. Okay, so there will be laundrettes throughout your journey. Post, please, there is no post. And I've mentioned it earlier, but I'm really hammering this home, to those that forgotten their bank cards, forgotten this, forgotten that. It is tough. Okay, if you've forgotten anything, that is the end of it. There is no post, so you will have to get it in country. Some poor girl arrived in Costa Rica a couple of groups ago and had forgotten all her underwear. So don't be that person. Really concentrate when you are packing. Any question on kit? No.
Yes.
Go.
I'm traveling, obviously. I'm traveling right now. So what I don't have like a mozzie net, or I don't have I don't know, probably some things that everyone else will have. So what do I do? Will I be able to buy it when I'm there, or
You will, we'll sort you out. So don't you worry. If there's
okay? I also don't have a very big bag. I'm just taking shorts and t-shirts, which is a bit bad of me. But
have you got any warm clothes? Anything?
yeah, I've got some joggers and I've got a hoodie.
That's fine. That's all you need.
Perfect.
Have any of you got a waterproof bag? Not waterproof, a waterproof jacket, like a poncho,
Yes.
something like that. Not you in Nicaragua, but everybody else that's at home. If you have got, because the rainy season, it could start, it's a bit early, but just in case it does, if you've got those festival ponchos, you know, just bung that in your bag. That's actually quite useful. When it comes to shoes, 3 pairs of shoes maximum. Okay. I'm thinking you take your nice trainers, which everyone wants to wear in the evening, feel nice in, your grotty, hideous pair of trainers, which frankly are not going to get home with you, but they are useful for the hikes. You know, they've got a bit of a good sole, so they're a bit grippy. And then your pair of shoes, which you're going to wear every day. Now, the shoe of choice for girls and boys is the Croc. I know everyone hates a Croc, but actually super useful. Or the Birkenstock, the 2-strap plastic Birkenstock. Do you know the ones I'm talking about? Everyone loves those. Okay, those are super, super useful. Any more, you've made an error. When it comes to which luggage, everyone always asks this question, can I take a suitcase? The answer is no, you are not taking a suitcase, especially those hard shell on wheels suitcase. You are taking something soft. I don't care if it's a backpack or a duffel bag. Okay, that's your choice. The longest you've got to carry it is from the hostel to the transport. So say you've got to be able to carry this easily and comfortably for 10 minutes. Okay. You're not going on some DV hike with this thing on your back the entire time, but it's got to be easy to throw on the top of a minibus, strapped on, shoved into the corner. It's got to be soft and malleable. Okay. No hard suitcases. Right. Okay. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Hold on tight. Okay. Personal admin. Zoe, she's my wing woman in the office. Who are we missing from personal admin?
So everyone's done personal details, which is great, but I need passport numbers and flights from the select few. Do you want to read out names?
No, passport numbers and flights. If you haven't sent them to us, please send them. So we could go through the list and embarrass those, but she's not going to. So you know, if you haven't sent them to us, please respond to Zoe's email. Okay, it is needed.
Am I on the list?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Freddie Hayward.
Freddie Hayward.
Yes, I need his passport.
We need your passport, Freddie.
You got
Just your
flights?
passport number.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Okay.
No worries.
The person admin, the health form is really important. Now, I know some of you, most of you have filled this in. All of you have filled it in, which is absolutely brilliant. But if you're sitting there thinking, God, I've got a severe nut allergy, I'm not sure I told them, please tell us. Anything kind of health-wise, and that's physical health, mental health, just disclose it. Even if you think it's irrelevant, it's relevant to us. Okay, we need to be able to look after you and make plans to manage your welfare and look after you to the best of our capabilities. And we don't like surprises. So tell us, give us a call, send us an email, we don't mind. Now it comes to health and safety, okay? This is the health, safety and complaints, okay? This is when I put my teacher's hat on and I sound really, really boring, okay? This trip is not a school trip, okay? It is a gap year trip. You have left school and you're going to be treated accordingly. You are grown adults and off you go, okay? No one is going to be breathing down your neck. saying, have you had too many beers or this and that. That's not the vibe we're running. But in return, we expect everyone to behave with a degree of respect to each other and to our guides. Okay, you are a big group. Nobody knows each other. You're all going to be looking for friends, and you've all got different personalities, and you're going to naturally make friends with some that you don't with others. But ultimately, you are a team, and we want you to work as a team, respect each other, and just look for the good in each other and go for it. Okay. I know this is the biggest challenge for many of you when you get on that plane thinking, oh my God, what have I got into here? All these people I don't know anything about. We get it, okay? We really do understand that, and you will be guided, especially in the first week, to settle in and make those good friendships. And by the end of it, you will look back over the highs and the lows as you go through different phases, different challenges and different experiences. So support each other, because some days some people might be feeling, overwhelmed. Other days, look after each other and respect each other. If you don't, okay, and you are an idiot and you're ruining the experience for others, you will get the phone call of doom from Jack, who's our head of operations in Costa Rica. Okay, and he'll tell you to wind your neck in, and you'll get an email from me saying, wind your neck in, get back in line. Okay, that's strike number one. Strike number two is you're still being a prat. We're really not impressed. This is your written warning. Strike number three, could you leave the program because you haven't learned, you're not listening, you clearly don't care, you're not a team player, and off you go. Okay, you don't want to be that person to get the strikes and the finger wagging from Jack and I. Okay, don't be that person. Okay, it hardly ever happens, but occasionally you do get that person. If you're unhappy, okay, on the track, and this can come in so many different guises, especially homesick, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like Christ, it often happens in week one. Talk to your leaders, okay? I think you've got Val, Lizzie and Kira, but I haven't got that confirmed yet, who are awesome. They're all young and they're all kind, and they've been through this a million times. Talk to them, be open with them. They will guide you. If you're unhappy with something, not how you expect it, talk to your guides, email us. What we don't want is people saying, I hate this, leaving, and then sending an email saying, I hated this and I hated that, and because there's nothing we can do. Okay? There are no refunds where you just up skips and go like somebody has recently. It's just like, we don't understand. Okay? Communicate. Parents, if you're worried in the background, hearing stuff, call us. Okay, we are all in this together to make your experience a winner. So open communication is all we ask for. And for you not to be that idiot. Okay, has anybody set up a group chat for your team? No? Okay, we will set up that group chat in the week before you go and connect in your guides so that you can start talking. I know it's embarrassing, but start making new friends before you get to the airport. And most importantly, it's useful for when you arrive. So that is all from me. Has anyone got any questions? We've got 3 minutes left. Any questions? No.
I was just wondering, so it's a bit loud in the car. Do you reckon we need walking boots, like DV boots?
No. Just a sturdy pair of mucky trainers, which you'll leave behind. Yeah.
Also, do I send my passport number to the email that I've used before?
Yes. Send it to anyone at the Leap, and it will land up.
And is there anything else?
What, Freddie?
Is there anything else you need, or is that all good?
What do you need from Freddie?
Everything. I just checked with my Leap.
Have we got his flight arrival time?
Scott, Freddie David, and Miley was also.
I have to say,
looking good.
You're
flight
good.
is changing because I might be flying from Nicaragua now.
Okay,
I
just
was
keep us posted. And Freddie, remember you have to have proof of leave in Costa Rica.
yeah. I'll have that.
Okay. Right, my
Yeah,
lovelies.
cool. Thank you.
Pleasure. Right. Over and out. I wish you the best adventure. It is going to be a well, an adventure. Off grid, doing things that you probably will kind of think, what am I doing? Kind of extraordinary experiences. They're all contrasts. Every week is going to be different. Every day is going to be different. So go with the flow and just enjoy the journey. Okay? And any questions, just give us a call before you go. All right? Over and out. Goodbye.
Thank
Cool.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Millie.